Welcome. It's time for another FL Studio update. We'll discuss all the new features and plugins in FL Studio 2025.2 in this video. We're excited to deliver two new plugins, Emphasizer and Fruity Slicer 2, and a key selector and fresh genres in Loopstarter. You'll also find per-channel loop points for the channel sampler, an improved chord stem tool in the piano roll, and much more. Let's start with the new plugins. First up, Emphasizer, a lightweight limiter plugin built on Emphasis and included free in all editions. You get an input gain control, an optional soft clipping button here, and the familiar emphasis control to tweak loudness versus transparency. Fruity Slicer 2 is a modern take on a lightweight loop slicer plugin, also in all editions. It sits somewhere between Fruity Slicer and SliceX in capabilities. Many familiar options from Fruity Slicer make a return here, like real-time pitch shifting and extensive playback options like reverse. But you get the modern auto-slicing options from SliceX and an upgraded waveform display to fine-tune things. By default, all of these settings are per slice, with there being an optional global mode for the filter. Updated plugins. Emphasis introduces a new instant recovery mode for even higher loudness and DC block, which can get rid of DC offset present in the signal via a subtle high-pass filter. In Direct Wave, you can now hold Control or Command and Alt or Option while moving zones to move root notes along with them. Fruity Compressor now features a sidechain input on the right of the UI. Kepler can now re-trigger its LFO on note on events with this option. Kepler Rexo adds new optional smooth interpolation for the VCA, enhanced oscillators, which make the saw and square waves more accurate when the high-pass filter is turned off, and a master tune control, which lets you offset the pitch from -1 to +1 octave in cents. In MIDI out, it is now possible to hold the left mouse button and type values for channel, bank, and port selectors. FL Studio Remote adds pad mode for Python script execution. These are pads that allow executing macro functions through a Python script, like from a MIDI controller. Channel Rack. The channel sampler now has loop start and end controls. If no loop is set in the sample, you can still use these controls to generate one. This works in conjunction with the crossfade loop pre-computed effect, plus a more advanced sample preview window with zoom and scroll controls. In Loopstarter, there are now 6 new genres: Afrobeats, Boom Bap, Lo-Fi, funk, reggaeton, and trance. We've also added a key selector. And you can group playlist tracks created by Loopstarter, which applies when loops are sent to the playlist. New clips will also now scroll into view when a Loopstarter pattern is sent to the playlist. Additionally, Always Create a Track for the pattern clip will create a track even when no step channels were used. Mixer. The option Trim Unused Tracks now offers to delete unused mixer tracks that have effect slots with effects loaded. Patcherizing effects. There are new effect slot menu items Patcherize and Patcherize All to convert plugins to patcher instances. A great way to start again in a full mixer track effects stack. Piano Roll. Velocity Editor. We've improved mouse responsiveness when making quick edits to note velocity. No more missed velocities. Score files now include the channel name in the file name when a piano roll score preset is dragged out. Updated chord stamp tool. It is now easier than ever to roll a chord progression. Just select the stamp tool here, activate automatic chord and start clicking in the piano roll. Playlist. The Extract Stems pop-up adds an option to route each stem to a separate mixer track. Also, we've released a small update to our stem separation feature as part of ongoing development toward the next model. You might notice subtle changes. Audio clips now show the clip variance pitch offset in the audio clips hint. Sounds tab. The Sounds tab now has Find Similar Samples. Click the three dots and select Find Similar Samples. App-wide changes. The welcome window was updated to make options clearer for both trial and licensed users. Creative tools like Loopstarter and the chord progression tool are on the left side. There's a news panel on the right and your recent projects below that. In the communications panel, all tabs, news, downloads, notifications, help and Gopher are now resizable. Keyboard shortcuts. When you're using the top row number keys, only channels visible in the channel rack will be muted and unmuted. Here's one that's been requested a lot. Samples are now loaded in multiple CPU threads while opening a project, massively improving load times in edge cases. General settings. We've added Disable Typing Keyboard Priority by default in the Miscellaneous panel, if you want all keystrokes to go to FL Studio and not to plugins by default. Tools menu. Previously, macros were hosted in a submenu. They are now always expanded. Some are now also available in the menu of the related feature or window, like the channel rack. MIDI scripting. The Fill Each End Steps option from the channel button menu is now addressable via MIDI scripting. And with that, we hope you'll love FL Studio 2025.2 just as much as we love giving you lifetime free updates. Remember to check the video description for links to the manual and the projects we made for this video. Happy music making!